Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another stream of Latinsplaining with Denise, all about business and finances. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. I know this is a very unusual time for me to come live, but there's some developments happening in Cuba right now, and it has been an emergency. So, definitely, we're talking about it because I want to bring you guys the information on how we can also help from the United States and send aid to our brothers and sisters in Cuba right now fighting all the problems that are happening down there. So I want to welcome everybody that's watching me live right now. And for those of you that have missed it, and I know you're going to watch the replay, thank you very much for being here, for allowing me into your homes. My name is Denise Gonzalez, for those who do not know me. For those who do, also make sure you like this video so that it can be shared with more people and it can reach more people, because this message needs to be said, needs to be spread around, especially in people not only in Latin America but outside of Latin America, which is why I could do it in Spanish, but I decided to do it in English so that also people that do not speak Spanish can also help our people in Cuba right now facing a very sad and heartbreaking disaster. I don't have any other words to describe it. So, without any further ado, let's just start by explaining right now what's happening in Cuba. I don't know if you guys have been familiar with the SOS Cuba hashtag and expression that has been spread around on social media in the past 4 days. We have been seeing this. I did not saw it till today, unfortunately. I've been trying to, just unplug a little bit from the mainstream and social media. So unfortunately, I did not saw it till today. I saw a little bit of clips yesterday in the, I think, night, but I was not fully aware of what's happening. And I decided to just speak about it today because it's time for us to help. So you might question yourself what is happening in Cuba, and to help you understand, I am here. So the first thing that has happened is that the healthcare system and hospitals in Cuba have collapsed completely. They must accept the fact that the country lacks all the resources. There's not enough PCR tests. There's not enough oxygen. It's not available. Ambulances are unreachable. Beds aren't obtainable, and medications are nowhere to be found. Let's not forget that even though in the US or any other areas in Latin America and across the globe, the pandemic is pretty much being held under some sort of control. Even though we have surges here and there, we still have access to medicine, to hospital beds, and also to the vaccine. So unfortunately, in Cuba, they created this vaccine called Soberano 2, I believe so, or Soberana 2. And they're basically spreading the fake news. Their government is spreading this fake news that basically they're saying that they have this vaccine that is more effective than the ones of Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson and Johnson, and even the one that Russia created. However, the Cuban community is not seeing any benefit from this, given the fact that they are dying. Now, also, international organizations have offered help, but the government has denied their entry into the country. They must accept any help because the people are dying. It's not dependent on one's age. Small children, adults, and the elderly are also dying. Cases have surged in Cuba after being over a year since the beginning of the pandemic, owing to rising new disease circulating in the country. So, if you guys don't understand what's happening, this is a state of many hospitals in Cuba right now where people are dying literally in the hallways. There's no hospital beds for them. And I'm talking about children, I'm talking about older people, I'm talking about everyone is dying if they get the C-19 in Cuba right now. Yes, you heard me right. People are dying in large numbers because the Cuban government does not want to accept defeat when it comes to this. And I want to share some things from my Twitter with you guys so you guys can see the state of Cuba right now. And people are taking the streets. I think this is the first time in my lifetime when I have seen, because we all have seen protests happening in Cuba throughout the years and the decades. I remember when I went to Cuba a long time ago with my father, and we have seen things here and there that are not up to par. And also, let's not forget that people have protested before, but they have become intimidated to a degree with the Pro Castro regime. So this is the first time that we're seeing that all the streets in Cuba right now are protesting the regime because of the disorganization, and it's costing them their lives. I want to show you guys a small clip where you see the Cuban police actually threatening the people and actually being aggressive with them, trying to reel them back into obedience. That's basically how they are forcing people in different areas of Cuba. I'm going to continue to show you guys what has surfaced in Twitter so far. I'm going to try to look for the photos so you guys can see what's happening right now in the streets of Cuba. There's a lot of people fighting to get the Red Cross to go into Cuba so that they can actually get some help. Let me see if in the videos you guys can see what's happening in real time. I'm sorry, my internet has been kind of wonky today, but as you guys can see, there's a lot of people protesting. This is not just on one side. Now, I'm sorry that there was another image. I'm sorry, guys. This is just breaking news. This is literally happening right now. I don't know if you guys can see, but those guys that you see with the blue caps and the gray shirts are some of the police force that is also uniting with some protestants in Santiago so that they can march because they really cannot take it anymore. So basically, this has caused a lot of unrest. People are literally taking the streets and demanding fair treatment and aid, and the government to accept defeat so that they can get the Red Cross up in there and actually start saving lives. It's been hella crazy, I'm telling you. now, I think you guys have seen enough, but basically, those are no radical. I just started literally like 6 minutes ago. This is what's happening in Cuba right now. There's a lot of stuff going on, there's a lot to unpack. And like I'm telling you, this is how all the streets right now in Cuba look, because people are demanding to see this guy. Okay. And I want to take this opportunity for you guys to also support them in any way. If you have any social media, it's time for you to start posting this with the hashtag SOS Cuba. It's time for us to reach out to our politicians. It's time for us to start knocking doors, sending letters, like I've told you guys many times before. It's time for us to use our quote unquote democracy to the benefit of our people, so that we can start helping right now. So basically, the let me tell you something. The Caribbean is on fire right now. Okay, I don't know the full extent of it, but however, we had the assassination of Jovenel Moise happening last Wednesday. We had the whole controversy with the massive corruption happening in Puerto Rico. And now we have the situation with Cuba. Let's not forget, I don't know if you guys remember when the pandemic started. I remember seeing news about Cuba and how the regime in Cuba did not even let the people eat, have water, or even soap. Okay, and people were protesting, but not once the people of Cuba have come together since the regime has been established in large numbers to actually protest against this. Now, what can we do? Which you guys know my approach is always, how can we solve the problem? I already told you it's time for you to send letters to your congressman, your congresswoman, to actually exercise some pressure. It's time for you to call your representatives, your assembly members, so that you guys can actually put some pressure in them to do something and act on this, because unfortunately in Cuba, we know the regime is not going to give up and declare a national emergency and receive the help. Another way that I'm going to have it in the banner after, but I want to make sure you guys know how we can help. I reached out to some of my Cuban friends down in Miami, and they sent me these pictures. It's called Cubanos Palante. If you want to donate medicine, Lara is receiving funds and medicine donations in Miami to package and send to the island. You can find her at Laura underscore Marrero on Instagram. Or if you don't have a sale account, open one to help them out, and you can send money to her as a donation for her to get medicine and send it to Cuba, to her sale account, which is 786 805 7164. So one thing I want to say, guys, you guys know that sending things to Cuba, and actually when it's Cuba related, we cannot say certain things. These people are under a regime that's, all of you guys know, it's communism. So do not include in any of your donations, I don't care if it's medicine or money, do not include the words Cuba or Cubans. Just put medicine or Palante, so that the donation doesn't get returned. Because if you do it, unfortunately, the regime is going to reject it. So make sure you put either Palante or whatever other words. I would say either medicine or Palante, so you guys do not receive that back. If you want to also donate funds to a small organization that has been formed by Cubans in the diaspora in Miami, you can send also through Zelle more money, and it will be to cubanospalante@gmail.com. All money collected will be used to support mutual aid projects on the island, recharge the phones and the data plans for Cubans on the ground, coordinating support packages. There's a lot of Cubans right now from the diaspora that have flew into Cuba to actually help document this, and they need their cell phones to do so. So make sure, like I said, if you want to help in any way, like I said, $1, $2, I don't care. Open your wallet. It's time to help our people. It's time to help our neighbors. I know many of the people that watch me are not necessarily from the Latino community, but if you want to help, there's ways when you count, and I'm showing them to you. Make sure that you tell your loved ones, your friends, your neighbors that it's time for us to help, because unfortunately, Cuba has not fully recovered from this pandemic. They're actually facing one of their highest surges since the pandemic started. And of course, a communist government is not going to care about this. So I see that Roberto Campos says, don't y'all hate on Miami Cubans because they're more Caucasian? Okay, Roberto, I think this is not the chat for you. I'm not here playing. Please do not come at this thing talking about race. We're talking about human lives, okay? We're not talking about your stupidity right now. And I'm sorry for the guys that are watching. I know you guys are respectful and stuff, but come on. I'm going to create a parenthesis. If you're here talking about how to troll or talking about race or talking about hate or division, please bounce out. I'm asking you politely. The next time you're blocked, okay? Nobody hates on nobody. The fact that we're doing this right now should be proof enough. If you want to cause division, if you want to bring this stuff right now, this is not the channel. In here, we take action and we help our Latin diaspora. So I'm going to ask you respectfully to either enjoy the content, spread the message so that we can help our people, or bounce the hell out. Thank you. Now, continue to this through this. I see the Radical Latino says, that's true. I sent Cuba some donations a few years ago. It got rejected dumb fast. Yeah, definitely. When you send stuff to Cuba that is for helping the people and whatnot, it gets sent back. So make sure, like I said, you do not include the words Cuba or Cubans in anything that you will send. Just put pa'lante and keep it moving, okay? And like I said, it's time for you to spread this. If you can, share this video. It's time for you to share it. It's time for you to actually take some action. It doesn't matter how small it is. Trust me, the more this gets talked about, the more we can help our people, because it will keep reaching people and it will make the movement bigger. Like I said before, people are dying, children are dying, and it's something that, you know, it can be solved if the government stops playing hot potato with the betterment of the people and the quality of their services right now. Like I said, it's a very sad sight what we're seeing in Cuba right now. We're seeing old people die. We're seeing children waiting in the hallways. Like I said, this is a hospital. Okay, this is the waiting emergency room of a hospital in Cuba right now. So every hospital looks the same way. Okay, and it looks even worse than this. I'm pretty sure, you know, you guys have seen certain pictures, but we're talking about even children dying because they get the C19. So you can see this doesn't discriminate, because unfortunately there's no beds, no medicine, no vaccine, nothing to help the Cuban people. So I'm going to put in the banner so, you know, you guys can keep watching, and I'm going to try to stay on as much as I can. So, you know, you guys can actually see. And like I said, once again, for those who are coming in, make sure you like this video so it can reach more people. And, you know, this video can get shared, because I've seen a few videos of SOS Cuba, but unfortunately they're being only spoken in Spanish. I wish more people would do them in English so that they can also reach different population and a demographic, so that we can get real help. Like I said, we're trying to get the Red Cross to go to Cuba right now so that they can get help. Okay. And like I said, you guys, you know, the images talk on its own. It's disheartening. It's very crazy. I'm gonna share some more of like my Twitter so you guys can see what's happening right now. And like I said, I'm gonna try to stay on as much as I can so that you guys can see it, and also more people can get here. It's a very sad situation what's happening in Cuba right now, guys. I'm not gonna lie. You know, we've seen them go through so much. The freeways in Cuba right now are like this.
Estamos en Malecón.
let's not forget that the people that are reporting this are actually from the Cuban diaspora. Okay, this is Malecon in La Habana, and this is how it looks right now. This one says, R. Piñero says, urgent Cubans take to the streets, shouting, we're not afraid. This is in San Antonio de los Baños, where the Cuban dictatorship has just brought down the internet so that no images of the protests arrive. Historical moment. It's like I said at the beginning, this is the first time I've seen in my lifetime. Because let's not forget that Cuba in the 60s was like this. So this is the first time in my lifetime that I've seen this. I've seen Cubans protest before, but in very small numbers. Hold on, guys. So more images. As you guys can see, it's nonstop. Okay, everybody and their mama left the house to protest this because they're fed up. Everybody and their mama left their house. So you guys saw already, like I said, this is an ongoing situation right now. And like I said, it's I'm reporting as much as I can. I see that Pamela says, I understand that they want to be able to handle the issue, but if they can't, they need to let others help. If not Americans, then at least the Latin diaspora, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic. Of course, I got a hold of some of my friends in Puerto Rico that are departing for Cuba as we speak right now to actually go with the medical cadets that I used to be a part of before to go aid some Cubans. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be enough. Okay, we have a crisis. So definitely, yes, I see that, Radical Latino says, I know the snow tips are like, why Denise is king for blacks, even though this whole stream is about Latin issues. Yeah, definitely, Radical, how many people, these people are not productive. They're just stagnant. People that do not understand what we talk about here. Like I said, for everybody that's coming in, make sure you like this video, share it, spread it around. I know I usually said that if you copy my content, I will flag you for copyright infringement. I will not. This content you can share all you want, and I'm saying it live. This content you can use. I don't care how. Use it. Come on, spread the words. And like I said before, for those who are coming in now, because I noticed that more people are coming, if you're going to send help to Cuba, I'm gonna once again just put the picture in the front and center of the stream. If you're going to send either medicine or funds, do not include the words Cuba or Cubans in it. Just put medicine or palante. I would recommend to put palante, so that it doesn't get sent back, because you guys know that unfortunately our brothers and sisters in Cuba are under communist regime. So of course they can dictate how they're going to use the help and the aid that's sent over there. I see that Pamela says they don't care about Latin America. They just don't want anyone messing it up. But then that's what these detractors want. Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. If they will care, I would have seen a rain of streams related to SOS Cuba. I cannot understand, and I'm gonna say this to my fellow YouTubers that have even bigger platforms than me. And I'm sorry if you hate what I'm going to say, but shame on y'all. Shame on y'all because your people, my people are dying, and you're just sitting in your house looking pretty and looking, just wasting time on talking about issues that do not help our people, yet have the audacity to claim to be a Latino, to claim to be pro our people. You should be contributing even with your small platform. Come on, I only have 141 subscribers, and I'm doing this because people are dying. Our people are dying. So if you are not making a stream about this, even if a small one, if you're not sharing this on your social media in any way, honey, I do not know you. Okay. Music only says is not a lot Latin diaspora can do politically. The best that can be done is donate. Yeah, for sure. That's the only resource we have, unfortunately, because we're far away. And on top of that, if you're like an Americanized Latino, let me tell you something. If you go into Cuba with your American passport, you will be followed. You will be followed everywhere. Don't take my word for it. Of course, what do I know? I'm just Cuba's neighbor. But you will be followed in Cuba by the police and the military forces. So definitely there's not much we can do. We can only donate and watch from afar, and if they come here, we can help them in any way we can. But it's time for us to actually start doing something, even if it's small. Like I said, I only have 141 subscribers, but it's time for each one of us to contribute and show how united we really are. Now I see that Pamela says they want to be able to say they saved Latin America, so they'll keep it messed up just to say they did it. So they'll reject the help from others because they want credit. Definitely, Pamela, you nailed it in the head. One thing that the Cuban regime continuously does is that they like to portray this image that they have this whole, and don't get me wrong, the best doctors that we have in Latin America come from Cuba. You don't believe me? Look at Italy news. At this same time last year, there were a lot of Cuban doctors that were flying into Italy because they care more about the optics than the actual people. So, like I said, it's something that's crazy that you have so many great doctors, you have so many great inventions. They even claim at some point to found a cure for cancer, but their people are dying from the simplest things. They claim they have the Soberana 2, which is a vaccine that's more strong than any other vaccine that has been created. Allegedly, that's what they claim, but their people are dying. So it's like I said, there's something that we have to exercise, you know, um, a little bit more of discretion and critical thinking when it comes to news that we receive from Cuba, and understand that the government likes to portray an image that they're strong, but in reality, the Cuban people are the ones suffering and getting the shorter end of the stick. I see that Jose says the slow tips are to bring damage to help or care. Yeah, I have no idea. I see that music only says, I bet people like Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz are going to be all over this case. Well, most certainly, for sure they're going to be all over this, even though they have a lot of issues going on. I see more people coming in. Please like this video, share it with everybody, share the information. If you don't share the video, at least let your loved ones, your neighbors, your friends, everybody that you know, let them know that, Cuba is in distress. Cuba needs help. And this is the information on how you can donate either medicine or funds. And like I said before, make sure you do not include the words Cuba or Cubans in any memo, any form, any paper near the donations that you do, so it doesn't get sent back. Olabor said, yes, they send doctors around the world for C19. Definitely. they send a lot of doctors to Italy, I remember, and even to Spain to actually aid them when they were in crisis and in lockdown. But look at what's happening to their people right now. I see that Maceo says, siempre he dicho que si quitan el bloqueo el régimen cae, lo que hace falta es un acercamiento respecto al comercio entre ambos países para que hayan cambios positivos. Well, Maceo, not to get too political, right? Because right now we're in a humanitarian crisis. But to be honest with you, I don't necessarily disagree with the Cuban community on the right to have a commerce established. And I know that the US blocked them from doing so for this type of scenario they were waiting for. However, I would say that I agree, the blockage has to be lifted. I don't care whose political stance gets diminished or their power gets taken away. I really do not care because, like I said before, people are dying. And when people are dying, we don't really have too many options. Music only says they are Cuban descent, so I believe they legitimately care. I don't know who he's talking about, but I think he's having a conversation with Pamela. So definitely, guys, I will keep you guys updated on this issue. But like I said, there's not a lot of things that we can do from here other than donate and support and send. Like I said, I don't care if you're sending $1, $5, $10. I really do not care. What I care about is that you send something. If 1 million of us, there's 52 million of us here documented, 8 million undocumented. If each one of us sends $1, those are hefty millions that can help the Cuban people. So spread the words to your primas, your tias, your neighbors, your boss, your co-workers, your classmates at college. I don't care. It's time for you to do something for your people, no matter how small. And don't forget to keep it alive on social media, because that's another tactic that we have to speak about. When we're talking about issues of Cuba, for example, and Venezuela, the government is so brutal with our people in those countries that unfortunately, once it's squashed from social media and is no longer in the mainstream and it is no longer being talked about, they will then just keep on moving and forget the people. If we keep it alive, they cannot do that. So it's time for us to keep sharing constantly. I will do so. Just set yourself a goal to share this at least one time per day. You have 2 minutes to post a selfie. You have 2 minutes to post SOS Cuba. I see that music only says the issue is Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz are hypocrites because they turn a blind eye when the people suffering are from regimes like Honduras or Colombia because they're not communists. Well, like I said, I don't care about gringos right now. All I care about, and Ted Cruz, as much as he can be of Latino descent, and Marco Rubio, I consider them gringos in my opinion. So definitely, I'm not concerned about them. I'm concerned about our people right now. Like I said, there are kids dying, there are adults dying, elderly dying in these conditions, and this is how Cuba looks right now. So like I said, this is something that's insane. We want the Red Cross to get there. This is what we want, okay? We want them to get the help that they need. So, guys, I'm gonna bounce out of here. I gotta get something to eat. I gotta get something to drink. In 3 hours, you guys know we will be on No Bullshit. Definitely go over there and share your thoughts with us. We're not going to be talking so much political stuff or about this crisis too much. We're going to touch on it a little bit, but make sure that you stay tuned. Tomorrow I have my regular streams at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time, and I will go more in depth if there's any developments on it. Definitely tune in. Like I said, I have yet to see people speaking about this in English. I see that Pamela says, Denise, are there any Cuban Americans speaking out? Yeah, they're speaking out. My issue is that nobody is doing this in English. Okay, guys. So if somebody is watching this and you have a platform, please brought it up but in English so that it can reach more people, because they're doing it in Spanish and I get it. There's a lot of desperation. You want to connect with your people. A lot of people don't speak English, but it's time for us to spread this with people that are even outside of our community. I see that Brian Rolo says Viva Cuba Libre. Yes, que viva Cuba Libre. We need a change, and it's about freaking time. So definitely, like I said, share this video, share the information. I'm gonna put it on the screen one more time for you guys, and it's also scrolling down. If you want to donate any medicine, Laura is receiving funds and medicine donations in Miami to package and send to the island of Cuba. You can find her at Laura_Marrero on Instagram, or if you want to send her some donation and funds, you can send it through Zelle. It's gonna be 786 805. I'm sorry, 7164. If you want to send the Cubanos Palante organization some funds as a donation, also through Zelle, download the app. It's really fast. It takes you like what, 2 minutes to actually download it and link it to your bank account. Um, you can send it to cubanospalante@gmail.com. All money collected will be used to support mutual aid projects on the island, recharge phones, and the data plans for Cubans on the ground, coordinating support and packages. And like I said, do not include the word Cuba or Cubans in the memo. Just put medicine, and my recommendation, Palante. So definitely, guys. Another thing that I want to say, let's not forget that Cubans are also going through, um, you know, what I was saying. Oh, a violence wave. They also have a lot of violence going on in Cuba right now. I see that Music Only says, I know a Venezuelan YouTuber talking about it. He has 50K subscribers, but it's in Spanish. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, we're talking about it. There's a lot of people with way bigger platforms than mine. I'm just a speck on YouTube. But they're talking about this, unfortunately, in Spanish, when it should be also brought up in English. I see that Brian Rolo is saying we're going to finish the Communist Party. Yes, we are, and this is the time. We're in the right position right now to get rid of this once and for all. So, like I said, we have to spread the word. Make sure you do your work today. It's a Sunday. Nobody has to go to work right now. Nobody has to take care of other things that we do on a normal week. So take 5 minutes, please, to actually spread this awareness on your social media. Let's make this go super viral and keep it alive. Let's keep this alive. I'm going to do my due diligence and keep it alive. And I committed to do one post per day because, of course, I have a busy life as well. But you guys, I'm asking you to actually do the same thing and join me to post every single day at least one post of SOS Cuba so that we can keep this alive. And also make sure you spread the word and tell others about what's happening. Like I said, there's a lot of unrest. The Cuban community has arisen, and now they're protesting because they are fed up. And we're joining them and we support them and we love them. So let's make sure that, we stay posted with what's going on in Cuba. Let's stay plugged. Also, before I leave, I want to remind you to follow me on Instagram, denise.gonzalez.villegas1, so that you can stay updated not only on what's happening in Cuba right now, but also other issues in Latin America and also our Latin diaspora. So there's certain things I don't speak about in here because there's so many things happening in Latin America and here in Latin diaspora that I will be on YouTube 24/7. But I always post them on my social media. So make sure that you follow me on Instagram so that you can stay posted. Also, if you are subscribed, a lot of people have been messaging me about, not knowing when I go live. I'm going to clarify this. When you subscribe to my channel, please hit the little bell that's next to it that says all, personalized, or none. Make sure you press all so that every time I go live, you get a notification. Otherwise, YouTube will not push it. You will not know until I'm probably about to bounce out or whatnot. So, like I said, guys, I'm gonna bounce out. If somebody has something that they want to say, put a number one in the chat. I'll let you in so you can say something before I leave. If anybody wants to join the stream, let me know. Put a number one in the chat. I'm gonna give you a few minutes, but if not, I'm about to head out. I see that Sundown join. Hi, Sundown. You're coming at the end of the stream. Like I said, for everyone that's coming in, we're here to actually create some awareness for the people that don't speak Spanish. I see that Jose wants to come in. Let me share the link for the people that don't speak Spanish that actually want to know what's happening in Cuba. I'm doing this stream so that you guys can know how to, donate either medicine or funds. Like I said, people are dying. There's a humanitarian crisis happening in Cuba right now. And unfortunately, they don't have enough medicine nor vaccines or any medical personnel. They're literally on the floors, on the hallways. And I'm telling you, people from 0 to 89 years old are dying in Cuba. Okay. Let me let Jose in for his thoughts on this, and then I'll bounce out if nobody else wants to join in. Hi, Jose. How are you?
Good evening. I cannot believe what I'm hearing. The fact that thousands of people are dying because of lack of medical resources. There are governments that are willing to assist the people of Cuba, and the government is denying their assistance. And then we have brain damaged slow taps that have nothing constructive to add to the conversation.
Yeah. It goes to show that the problem with our community sometimes is that everybody's pulling my look at the Latin America community like a dish of spaghetti that is all tangled up, and everybody has an end of the spaghetti, so everybody's pulling out. Do you think the problem can be solved? Everybody's pulling in different directions. Of course not. It's going to get more tangled up. And that's why I always say, do not come at me because of who I'm with. Do not come at me because of who I'm marrying or whatnot. Come at me with facts. Come at me by doing a better freaking job with your platform. That's why I was getting heated earlier on the stream. Where the hell are the rest of our community that says that they care, that are the most Latinos, that are from the Hispanidad, the Latinidad? Where is the Latinidad? Where is the Hispanidad right now? Where are you right now when our people are dying? I've been saying this for months. When our people start dying, I want to see y'all keep the same energy, and look at them right now. Where is that energy that they have for me, that they have for Christina, for all aboard, for everybody that decides that racism is stupid? Where's the energy that they have for a radical Latino being applied to a humanitarian crisis that's killing children?
I wonder how these brain damaged slow tap sleep at night, knowing that the fact that instead of using their energies to try to help the dear people of Cuba, that they're attacking you just because you share your body with an African American male. That is your freaking choice.
Exactly. That's what pisses me off. This is why I try not to curse, but I always end up cursing them out because I've seen this stuff with my own eyes. I come from Latin America, and the fact that you're toying with people's futures and lives just because you want to display your personal insecurity in such a stupid way on YouTube to make yourself look better because you feel like a piece of shit. That's the problem that I have with these people. When in reality, this is bigger than us. The message that I spread and that many like myself spread is way bigger than us. The message that Radical Latino spreads is bigger than Radical Latino. We're not doing this for our self gain. Do you really think that I earn something from sitting here and telling you guys what's happening in Latin America?
And
Who
if
pays
if,
me to do that?
if
No
I may
one.
I'm sorry. If I may add, I mean, first of all, let's talk about yourself. You are an educated lady, okay? You are a sound engineer. Now, I don't know a lot about this, but I understanding that you have to be very intelligent and very educated to deal with all the things regarding sound engineering. And you live a very busy life, but yet you find time to talk about these important issues. And the only thing that people can talk about is your African American fiance.
Yeah, unfortunately. And it's like I said, it comes at the expense of people dying. You know how great it would be if you have people like OG Del Rancho, freaking Macho, even Chivo, Domgren talking about this type of stuff? Where the hell are they?
Denise, you know what's going to be my response to you? It makes too much sense. And
I
and please
forgot about that. I forgot about that
and
one.
please and please forgive me bringing in humor because this is not a laughing matter. Hello all aboard. But the fact of the matter is, it's time to put aside our differences. It's time to help follow Latinos. And whatever you might think about Cuba, whatever you might think about the Cuban people, whatever issues you might have or perceive that you have, it's time to put that aside and help people. Because let me tell you something. There is a holy God out there, and each one of us is going to have to give an accounting for what everything that we say and do. And please forgive me for bringing religion into this.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Don't worry about it. I see that also Olabor is here and Rakim.
Hi everyone.
Hey, how's
Hello.
everybody's doing today?
I
Good,
still,
good.
I'm,
Sad, but good.
I'm still trying to process all this information, and the
Me
fact
too.
we have, and the fact we have idiots that talking about everything else other than this issue.
Jose, you know what's interesting to me is that, I live, well, I just got back to Miami, but I live in this, in Cuban Central. I'm not really seeing too much information about this, even on the local news. Now, I don't, I've been out of the area for a little bit, but I'm gonna definitely put my money where my mouth is and put my time where my heart is, and I want to help, right?
Yeah.
And it's sad because this is the opportunity. This is the call out for everyone who says they care about Latinos and they're, you know, so proud, right? Put your money where your mouth is. Put your time somewhere into helping our people. Because if Denise didn't share this, because I'm not on social media as much, I may not have even seen it. Like I didn't even hear about this, but I have like a bunch of my neighbors are Cuban. I'm gonna get in touch and see what everyone else is doing and touch bases with everyone. But I'm definitely donating. That's the least I can do. But it's just very sad because like this is a country that has the image of being you know, the people they send people around the world for Ebola, for C-19 and all of that. But the people are in the hospitals dying. The people are in the streets protesting. And I noticed they had masks on, a lot of them.
Well, unfortunately, the known media is not going to cover this. And the fact of the matter is, I think Denise has a future in journalism if she wishes to change fields and forsake sound engineering.
Thank you, Jose. I'll think about it. You're not, like I said, you're not the first one who has told me this. I just love audio a lot. Now,
It's always breaking news with you.
yeah, I
This is
know.
not the first time you've got some news quicker than mainstream media.
Yeah,
And you know
I
what?
know.
And you know what's the crazy thing is? I just woke up out of a nap. So I go into my social media and it's like, Denise is going to be on soon, and it's like, wow, I can't believe this.
And you know what? It's not because I'm special in any way. It's because you guys must know this. Mainstream media just picks up the stories that are convenient to them.
True.
So, it's not that hard to actually look into things and reach out to people. I just got off the phone with one of my mom's friends, which is a Cuban doctor in Miami. And that's where I got the information from. So, guys, I'm telling you, the images, the stories are sad. And I'm telling you, children are dying. Uh, Older people are dying. It's your heart goes out to these people.
Hmm.
So definitely, it's something that you want to look into, you want to donate and help in, in any way you can. I see that Orlando Rican, I don't know him, so forgive me guys if it's a troll. I hope it's not. Welcome, Orlando Rican. How are you? Hello. Oh my God. This is what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna let nobody else in here, guys. I'm sorry for anybody that had to see that. Like I said, we have slow taps in our presence, guys. I'm not gonna let anybody that I don't know in here. So like I said, this is it. This is the response that these morons have. For everybody, and I'm gonna say this, I'm sorry, guys, the panelists. I know I made you guys wait, but I'm gonna say something. Uh you know Before I let you guys talk, this is what I'm talking about to the public that watches me and watches these morons. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. We're talking about, and I'm gonna say it in Spanish for those who were a little bit slower. De esto es de lo que yo estoy hablando. Mientras se están muriendo latinos en Cuba, mientras se están muriendo niños en Cuba, tenemos aquí los supuestos más latinos que todo el mundo enseñándonos fotos asquerosas. Estas son las bromas que se hacen cuando se está muriendo nuestra gente y todavía estás tú que me escuchas viendo a esta gente. Y no te estoy diciendo que me tienes que ver a mí, no tienes que verme, no tienes que escuchar mi mensaje. Bloquéame para el carajo, como decimos en Puerto Rico. Pero por lo menos no me vengan a decir a mí ni a llenarme los DMs ni a enviarme emails diciéndome a mí que yo estoy mal, que los demás están bien, porque esta es la respuesta de estos asquerosos, brutos, trogloditas que tenemos en las redes sociales hoy en día, que no pueden enviar un mísero dólar para salvar la vida de niños y envejecientes en Cuba. No pueden enviar ni una Tylenol a Cuba, pero aquí están hablando mierda de los que sí estamos haciendo por nuestros países, hablando mierda de los que estamos moviendo cielo y tierra para poder ayudar a nuestra gente, hablando mierda simplemente porque nosotros tomamos decisiones de manera individual, pero tenemos la verdad. Esta es la gente que ustedes siguen. Entonces hay que preguntarse, ¿realmente estas personas son pro-latino? Are these people really pro-Latino?
No, that's disgusting. And that is just a perfect example.
That's
Wow,
what I'm
like,
talking about.
how embarrassing. How embarrassing.
Yes.
You just embarrass
Yes.
your people. You embarrass, like, this is a serious subject, and you come on here and you really just you shit on some, like, people are dying. And this
is what I'm talking about. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing, because of girls like her. And you coming here showing dicks, but you guys are the most Latinos.
Wow.
While girls like her, that girl will die. That girl will die.
No,
and you're here
won't.
Showing dicks. No, but that's what I'm talking about.
But this is
y'all are here. Hold on, Olabor. Y'all are here showing dicks while girls like her are dying. And then I have people at the comment section and on my DMs and on my email sending me shit. Oh, this person had to call you a bitch. Oh, this person had to call you this. This person had to call you that. Meanwhile, I'm the one bringing you this information.
Disgusting.
While the other ones are just showing dicks
and
penises on social media.
Denise, 1 second. Whoever is in this live stream, that actually shared this video with a piece of shit. For first of all, you're weak because you didn't have the courage to just talk to Denise yourself, right? You had to get someone to who is more vulgar and disgusting. But to whoever's watching this, and instead of taking the message and helping people, you're sharing this to try to disrupt the message of helping.
No, look at how look at how much of Latinos they are, that they're coming at the only motherfucking stream. And I'm sorry for the ones that are not used to me cursing. They're coming at the only motherfucking stream that is speaking about this in English so that we can get the help the Cuban people need, at the risk of having this fucking stream taken down because of your stupidity to show a dick playing with your people's lives. That's what these people are doing. And I want people to understand this. YouTube can take this video down for what that idiot just did. This is what your love slow taps do. This is what they do. And now you tell me that I'm no pro-Latino. Who's no pro-Latino now? Who's the real non-pro-Latino that is risking the information to get out of Latin America to other people? I have people that watch me here from the UK. People that watch me here from Senegalese. And this is what they're going to see if YouTube doesn't take this down because of that moron. This is what slow taps do. This is how much they care about you. And you're still here attacking me. It's hilarious. I see that Ramon is here. I'm gonna let you guys talk among yourselves.
I'm sorry. This is just so disgusting.
Denise? It's just gross. How are you, Ramon?
Hey, hello, Denise. Thanks for letting me on your panel. I know that I'm a little late. It's just I just started broadcasting, and I was in the middle of some other things. How you guys doing? Don Jose, Alabor, Rakim, what's going on, guys?
Hello, everybody. I'm just shocked, and the fact of the matter is, you have morons that their ego is so fragile that they cannot put their differences aside and try to help people who are dying just for the sake of clout, just for the sake for an ego, and just for sake because someone doesn't agree with who they are dating.
Just when I was logging on, it just so happens that it was when that somebody, what was he calling himself? Orlando Rican? That's what he was calling himself. Yes. He was showing the dick pic. Okay, well, yes. That's the thing. I don't know what kind of Rican you are. If you have to do something like that, I'm sure that you are listening. And if you are an actual Rican, you are not nothing of mine. You don't represent me. You don't speak for me. Like fuck you. I mean, like, nah. You're not one of my peoples. Yeah, you're not one of our peoples as Hispanics or Latinos, depending on the term that you wanna use. Nah, dude. You can go over there to whatever it is that you want to be like. Like, you don't speak for us. And I don't know if you, Denise, if you happen to hear what I'm saying. Like, the first instinct, it will be to edit that out of your.
I was gonna say, yeah.
To edit that out. No, but my recommendation is don't edit it out. It kind of like cover the obscenity with like an eggplant or something, eggplant emoji, and leave it on.
Don't give him the credit on the eggplant. I wasn't impressed, for one. Don't even give him that credit. And just blur the whole thing. Loser. What a loser.
But that's what I wanted to say. Like, don't edit that out, but kind of like blur it or cover it with something so that other people can see. But sometimes what that faction of so-called Hispanics or Latinos are like, because I obviously dude had to put up a dick pic because that's what's on his mind, because that's what he's thinking about. Maybe that's what he will have up there touching his brain through his mouth. I mean, I know that I'm being graphic, but like motherfucker, we're talking about people are talking about something serious. I know that I'm late. I'm not gonna say we, but people, folks are talking about something that is serious. That wasn't the time for that shit. I mean, classless, you ain't worth shit.
Denise, you might have to revisit the idea of having closed panels because this is topics like this. They're too serious for morons to be entering their stupidity.
Definitely. And this is why when people ask me in the future why I have closed panels, this is why I have fucking closed panels, because some of y'all are so stupid that cannot do anything that will move our people further. And this is the response, because like I said, I don't get paid to do this. I do this, I take out of my time and effort to actually, like I said, move heaven and earth as much as is possible to me on a Sunday that I could be chilling in my house, to actually bring this information so that our people can get some aid. And now I'm going back to my closed panels because people do not know how to assess situations like this. We talk about serious topics here. And we have fucking weirdos that live in their mama's basement doing this.
Absolutely nothing to add to the conversation. Like there's a real conversation taking place, and this is what you have to add. So honestly, you are pathetic. Whoever that was, that's just pathetic. Hopefully, in the future, there will be some. You'll be able to grow from this. That was just disgusting, and that was so low, just low. Like you're really worthless and desperate for attention.
Definitely.
Got your
Let's move from this moron and let's
No,
bring it back,
no.
because that's what they want. Let's move it back to why I started this. I see that Rakim has stayed quiet. Rakim, what's your take on this situation?
Yes, hello. How's everybody doing on the panel? I just wanted to
Hi,
come in, Denise. Hey, Jose, Ramon, all aboard.
how you
I
doing,
missed it.
Raking?
I'm
What's
doing
going
pretty
on,
well,
man?
Jose. What's going on, Ramon?
Hey,
I wanted to ask Denise because I missed the beginning of the stream. I was actually busy, and I see that it's a lot of protests going on in Cuba right now, and I wanted to know what is the reason for. I understand that people are dying and people are currently in the hospital. What is causing the health issues right now?
There was a surge on C-19 cases, and because the healthcare system in Cuba is so fragile,
Hmm.
unfortunately, they cannot provide sufficient aid. And because they have so many people with C-19 that are infected right now, they literally do not have enough hospital beds, medicine, or even doctors to aid them. A lot of people are just left in the hallways on the floor to die.
Oh my God.
So, it's like I said, that's why I got so pissed when, because usually I don't care about the slow tips doing stuff like this, but
All right.
come on with this one. Come on. We're talking about
Yeah.
children, abuelas, tias dying.
There's
Yes.
also a
Yes.
shortage of oxygen as well, and certain things they really can't get as easily because there is an embargo. And then there are different countries that are offering help. If I understand correctly, Denise, that they're refusing the help to maintain an image. Is that correct?
Yes, they are refusing because they will have to accept uh, defeat, to cannot, managing this whole situation. Look at what Brian Rolo is saying. Brian, let me know if you're Cubano, man. He said the whole country is dying. Yeah, definitely. The whole country is under distress. We're talking
Yeah.
about millions of Cubans right now, fed up because it's been too much. And they have always taken it. You cannot take, he said he is Cubano. I'm with you, brother. And I'm sorry, that you guys have been going through this for almost 70 years of this nasty regime. He said he came here at 13 years old, and he's 26. You're still young. And like I said, I'm deeply sorry, because I've seen with my own eyes how the Cuban people are so resilient to a system that is so disgusting and so disrespectful and abusive to the Cuban people. So like I said, it's time for us to unite. Let's get these people out. I'm so sick and tired of seeing them struggle for every little thing, and this is just the beginning. you know he said that they just caught the internet. Yes, that's something that they told me. One of my Cuban friends in Miami told me, and that's what they also asking for donations. He said you can contact nobody. Oh my God. Brian, let me know if by any chance you guys cannot even call them at this point. Can you call them? He says the president of Cuba just called the communists to go out and stop all those against them. Yeah, I've seen the Cuban policia actually even choking somebody on a protest, and like that, they have told me that there's hundreds of cases. The policia is out there choking protestants for protesting. Okay, choking them
Yeah,
out, beating them up. This is real.
and this is and the crazy thing about this situation is that we if you've spoken with people that have experienced COVID-19, you know that they say, like, it's sad that when all the board says that they even like oxygen tanks to be able to help people because it closes up your airwaves. It feels like you have a ton of bricks laying on your chest. So those people that are right now in those hallways that just can't breathe, or they feel like, or their shortness of oxygen, it's just a sad situation all around the board, and it seems like that the Cuban government would rather keep the image of them being self-efficient than actually getting more help within the country into the country to be able to help the people that are dying from COVID.
Yeah, yeah. They're having, trust me, I had COVID in March, and I had to go to sleep because your body gets so tired. But I could feel, if you guys do not have not experienced COVID, thank God you haven't. But C-19, it's so bad that you feel, and I'm 33 and I consider myself, not the healthiest person, but still young and strong. But I could feel like a cinder block was in my chest at all times.
Um,
Okay.
I'm
Imagine a 4-year-old with this, a 6-year-old, a 91-year-old. Okay. It's crazy.
if I can just interject for a moment, Denise.
Go ahead.
You see, what's crazy is that in the light of the fact that so many millions have died worldwide because of COVID-19, there are still people denying that the illness exists. There are people that still denying, um, saying, spreading propaganda against the vaccines. It's like people living in their own twisted reality. And, my heart really, you know, you know breaks for for these people, and people don't realize what COVID-19 does to their loved ones. I mean, imagine last year. The fact of the matter is, I could not enter the ER with my mother because of the pandemic. So you can just imagine an 86-year-old elderly lady hospitalized in the ER by herself. And then we have morons who are denying that this illness exists, denying, spreading propaganda regarding the vaccines and spreading misinformation. It's a crying shame.
Yeah, it's look at this. And like this, we have thousands and tens of thousands of them going through this right now. Like, my heart just wants to pull them out of there, bring them here. It's so I don't know how to
Well, I'll
you
definitely be making my donations through Zelle, through my Zelle account, to be able to,
Hmm.
contribute what I can to be able to help the Cuban people, because this is a time of severe crisis, especially when you're talking about a illness that is this deadly. And what Jose was saying, people that deny this, you're an idiot. Everyone's so smart, and everybody's a conspiracy theorist, but can't nobody put two and two together and see that if it was like a conspiracy ploy from the government, I don't think this large amount of people would be dying at such rapid pace. But to each his own. But this is a serious situation for the Cuban people, and what the one guy was just saying about them cutting the internet. And we all know Cuba is a communist country, and Cuba do not want the images to get out there to the globally, so everyone can see what's actually transpiring right now due
Yeah,
to their
that's what I
negligence.
said. That's what I said. Please make a commitment to with me. Let's make it a challenge each day to every of your social media, at least once a day, share one post of SOS that includes the hashtag SOS Cuba, because like I said, their government will not let them do this for a long time, and it's up to us to keep this message alive so that they can get help and also break free from this regime. I see that music only says Cubans are dear to me because they helped me when I was on need. Yeah, Cuban people are beautiful people, and it's time for us to help them out. They're desperate and they are dying.
And when
Uh,
I can, there's something like, because I live in the area, I'm definitely going to keep you guys posted on what else can be done, because
Definitely.
Miami and Cuba, we have the same heart. And they call Miami North Cuba for a reason. And
Yeah.
I can try to reach out and find like what's on the ground that we can be able to do. But I'm definitely gonna make my donation today so that I can at least do that a little bit. And if you guys can donate anything, like Denise said, even $5, or even if you can find someone that you can pay their phone bill, because Denise, you were saying that that was something that's important um
Yeah.
for people to be able to stay connected.
Yeah, definitely. I'm
$25.
gonna put it in the middle of the screen again. We have people that are over there that needs to recharge their phones, and also for the data plans so that they can keep sharing with us all the information, and we know in what state the whole Cuban plight is at. So definitely, like I said, keep donating. If you want to donate medicine, make sure you contact Laura Marrero on Instagram. Her Instagram is Laura underscore Marrero. She's in Miami right now, and she's sending packages to Cuba right now. She will give you all the details. Please do not, under any circumstance, I'm begging you, do not include the words Cuba or Cubans in there. Just put palante and keep it moving. But definitely, yeah, they need to recharge their phones and whatnot. If you want to send also um minute cards, I don't know if you can do that. I'm gonna reach out to Laura to see if we can do that, or like send this disposable phones, maybe something like that, so that they can also communicate, record, and report. Because until I see this guy in the coast of Cuba, in La Habana, I'm not going to stop. I don't know about you guys, but I want to see this. This is what I want to see. I don't care if they have the Soberana dose, if they have a freaking vaccine. I do not care. All I care is to see this guy in the coast of Cuba. That's it.
Denise,
Now,
thank you for all of the things that you do. I'm sorry to interrupt, but thank you so much, Denise, because you bring so much information to people that otherwise wouldn't have this information. And you do it, like you said, you do it for free. You do it for
definitely.
free. And we really need you. A voice like yours is needed. So please don't feel discouraged, because I can see that it is a thankless job, right?
Yeah.
But thank you.
No, thank you guys for tuning in and sticking by me. I'm gonna start wrapping
Yes,
this up.
definitely.
Go ahead,
Y-
Rakim.
No, I was just gonna say yes, definitely. I second that, Denise. Thank you for
So
bringing
do
us this
I.
information on what's going on in Latin America and what's going on throughout the Latin diaspora, whether it be from the Caribbean islands to Central America to South America. You bring the news on what's going on, whether it be major health crisis, major food shortages, corruption, various things of that nature. And it's important for people to understand what's going on in these countries. And for anyone that can contribute, if you can contribute, send help to Cuba. You know, donate to these countries. Let your voice be heard to be able to help these people because a lot of these people are in dire desperation of help. They don't have it. We have our issues here in the United States, but they don't have it as good as we do. These people are in desperation where a lot of people are starving and a lot of people need help. And we all know how far the American dollar stretches when it comes to different parts of the world. So if you can, whether it be $2, $1, $5, or whatever you can, just try to send help as much as you can. And for the so-called Hispanoteps, I don't know if a lot of people don't understand, but the Spanish Empire is not coming back. It's like with the conversation me and Ramon had before. Spanish Empire is not coming back. It's one thing. Of course, we love history and we able to dive into history, but you have to focus on it now and the present on what we can do to help change the situation.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Rakim. I'm going to start wrapping this up, guys. To the ones in the chat, please like this video. Make sure you share it. Please don't share the clip of you guys know who. Make sure you share it. Make sure you share the information at least. And make sure you let people know in your work, in your college, your neighbors, school, whoever is watching me. Make sure that you share this information on how to help and to also do not include the words Cuba or Cubans in there, just medicine or palante. Now I see that Melanated Night joined. I'm going to start with Jose's final thoughts all the way through Melanated Night because he was the last one who joined, but I'm going to let him talk first. What's up, Melanated Night?
Hello. How's it going?
Hello. Good,
Hello.
good. Now, what's your take on this topic?
It's like kind of like I said uh in the chat, like we have other things to worry about, and this is those other things. We can't, and that's with any community. We can't just act once when we're being called out to prove a point, because that's unfortunately most people will only act on this because we everybody on the panel has kind of challenged them to do it, and the fact that you have to be challenged to do it instead of just doing it out of the out of your heart shows that this community that you lauded over and yet you lift up and that you praise, you don't give a damn about it. Because if you did, we wouldn't have people coming in saying stupid stuff like, "Oh, she's anti-LGBT." What does that have to do with Cuba? What does that have to do with them dying? Like, if you really care about your neighbors, about Latin America, about Latinos in general, then the message that you're sending through these actions is, "I don't give a damn, and what I'm saying is bullshit." So for future references, any videos I make about Latino, don't take it seriously because I didn't give a damn about this situation.
Exactly. Exactly. I don't want to see nobody talking about the Latinidad or how much of a Latin person Ola or me are, or how we're not Hispanic or we're not this, and that. Where are you when our people are dying?
Can I say one more thing?
Go ahead.
And that's it. I'm I'm learning about Latin culture because I'm not just with you because it's culture. I like history, but for YouTubers, Latin YouTubers who keep doing these history lessons, we don't need them. There's more than enough YouTubers in the Latino market who are doing history. We don't need to keep focusing on history when there's actual situations going on. So the fact that we keep coming back to doing these history lessons like we're having a classroom instead of attacking the stuff that's there now, that's weird. So we need to stop the history lessons and focus on what actually is going on.
Definitely. Definitely. I agree with you 1,000%. I'm gonna start wrapping this up, guys. Make sure you like the video, and also share it with your loved ones and your friends. Jose, your final thoughts on this matter.
El, por las personas que está pidiendo la destrucción del imperio hispano, eso no va a suceder. Eso está en la historia. I just simply said the Spanish Empire is not rising again. As far as I'm concerned, every so-called Latino that's going to continue with their stupidity, attacking Latinos that care about our community. As far as I'm concerned, they're not Latinos. They're just mentally diseased people. Okay, and for those of you who do not like my commentary, don't listen. Because I'm sure there's going to be some, but then they're going to say something about how I'm an ass kisser and all that sort of thing. I don't care. I don't care. And I just want to thank you, Denise, for allowing me to be part of the stream. I really do think you need to rethink the concept of having closed panels. And if for whatever reason I'm excluded from a closed panel, I understand, because you got to do what you can to try to control the insanity. It's always a pleasure to hear from your guys. And I'm going to close the same way that I continue to always go to close. People, please be careful, because I care about you very much. There are sick, pathetic, mentally diseased people that do not have our well-being, to want to do us harm. And we must minimize our contact with the mentally diseased people, or else we will inherit their stupidity.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I agree with you. We just saw again the same bullshit. Thank you, Jose, so much for being the voice of reason here. And bringing all your humor, but joking, jet serious. He is completely right. I'm gonna put you backstage. Please don't go anywhere. I'm gonna go to Rakim. Rakim, final thoughts on this.
Yes, my final thoughts are that once again, if anybody that can help, it doesn't matter if you're a member of the if you're not a member of the Latin community. Me myself, as a Black American, I deeply care about what's going on there in Latin America, and I will be donating through Zelle. And if anybody can donate from any community, you see what's going on down there. You see, people are in desperate need of help, and if you have within sympathy within your heart, and you have, and you're an understanding person, then you should try to donate. And it's just a sad situation. It's a sad situation what's going on in a lot of these countries, and how the governments are really, oppressing the people. The governments are the ones that are behind a lot of the people's desperation, because money is not being allocated properly through a lot of these countries, especially within Latin America, which leaves people in the desperation and wants to travel to, to the United States. And, it's no different from um, a Haitian trying to get over the borders to the Dominican Republic, because it's an opportunity to live a better life than what's being lived over in that country. Or no different from somebody from Mexico or Guatemala or Honduras coming through to the United States, trying to get here to, live in a better, situation, because of what the governments are doing in Latin America. So if anybody, once again, if anybody can help and donate, then, find it within the kindness of your hearts to be able to help those people down there, because even though we have our issues here in the United States, we're blessed to a degree. We're definitely blessed because things are not as bad as they once were, and a lot of people are not are not in the position where they can be able to just leave. So that's very important that we try to help many people as much as possible, because we know that with Cuba being a dictatorship, they don't want this information to get out to the public, because they want to sweep everything under the rug, while hundreds of thousands of people die, laying on those hospital floors or in those hospital hallways, you know, and these are
Yeah.
people's family. I'm pretty sure some people that are in those hallways in those hospitals are family of people that are living in Florida, are family of people that are living in New Jersey, or wherever it's a high concentration of Cuban Americans. So just try to help. Just try to help as much as you can, and that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Thank you. That's for sure, Rakim. And I'm going to put you backstage, but I want you guys to see what the government prioritizes for the Cuban people. Look at how the police and the militarized police is funded, whereas the ambulances below, that's the healthcare system that they have our brothers and sisters in Cuba living under. This is where the government invests their money in being able to bully the Cuban people into obey the regime. But look at how they take care of their health like they're nothing. That's why I get pissed when I see the stuff that I see from the Slow Tip campaign. Now, Brian Rolo said something important. He said everything started today because when Cubans woke up, all their bank accounts where we send money for them to buy food was empty. All the accounts. You see what, guys, what I'm telling you, and why we keep talking about this stuff. And like I said, until I see the Red Cross, until we see that the Cuban people are actually fucking free, we're not going to stop. We're going to continue. Now that said, that he says also, thank you guys for speaking up. This is what we should do. Unite against the oppressors. Exactly my point. We need to definitely unite because our people are suffering. Let's just point out that Latin America is like a large body. And if our liver, which is Cuba, is suffering, we should all feel the pain. Okay. I don't care where you're from. If you feel very Salvadorian, very Colombian, very Puerto Rican, very Dominican, I don't give a flying fuck. Cubans are suffering and we have to help, period. Now, I'm going to go to Ramon right now. But before I do that, I want to share some of the pictures with you guys so you guys can keep seeing what's going on with the Cuban community. Look at this. This is supposed to be a hospital. And this is where people are going in to die. Okay. Let's not forget that there's no help. Okay. So, Brian, like I said, I'm very sorry that you're going through this. You guys are not alone. We're here and we're going to help in every way we can. Reach out to me either to Instagram, I'm going to put it on the screen, or my email. If you can, if you want me to touch on any subject specifically, if you have more information, make sure you share it with me. I'm also in contact with some of my Cuban friends in Miami. So like I said, make sure that you guys keep spreading the word. Let's make a commitment with our Cuban brothers and sisters to keep posting this because their government will not allow them to. Now I'm gonna let Ramon say his final thoughts. Go ahead, Ramon.
Yes. The first thing I wanted to mention that I appreciate you letting me letting me on your panel. I know that I was late. It's just that I was in the middle of something else. But the thing is that when it comes to this situation, and unfortunately, it was to be expected because this is what happens when you are in a situation in a regime that is isolated and lacking in resources. We all know that Cuba trains a lot of healthcare professionals, physicians, doctors, specialists, and all of that. But all of that knowledge, it's not really that. It doesn't work too great if it's not supportive by equipment, resources, medicines, different vaccines. Now I don't know if they actually developed their own vaccine down there. I mean, it
Yeah,
wouldn't
they
surprise
did.
me.
They did.
Uh,
It's called Soberana Dos, but it's not being administered to the people. It's actually fake news, basically.
okay, maybe it is reserved to kind of like the higher the politicians, the people in power. Maybe they are reserving that to themselves, which is a shame because it should be something that it should be available to the rest of the people. Unfortunately, something like this was bound to happen. It was unfortunately to be expected, and yeah, we need to keep them to keep the Cuban peoples in our thoughts. They are our people too, and we'll see what we can do to help out in any way that we can. But so this is important. This is important, and we can't just let it slide that like another happenstance about the what is happening in Cuba. Like that's what they get because they're communists and this and that. That embargo should have ended. It was supposed to have ended several years back, but they just reinstated it. And unfortunately, because in the weird way that things can work out, embargoes, oppression from the outside, and that can contribute to strengthen the point that the regime is making. Like you see the imperialismo yankee. That's what got us into this situation. That's
Yeah.
why we need to keep what we have going. But,
Look at the this is the vaccine that they're doing as a propaganda. They're spreading this. El Nuevo Dia actually reported on this.
yeah,
The Soberana Dos, Soberana 2, Sovereign 2, they claim is 100% efficient with grave symptoms and death by C19. However, the story is completely different. Like I said, if you're just joining in, we're speaking on the humanitarian crisis on Cuba and the uprising of the Cuban people against the regime that has been oppressing them for over 62 years now. And make sure you like this video, you share the information that you see here with your loved ones, your family, and your friends. Um, and Ramon, like I said, yeah, I agree with you with the whole embargo has to end. That's why I said let's press our politicians as well to remove that embargo because the regime is not going to do it. Let's just call it what it is.
yeah,
Now I'll
they're
let
not
you
happy.
finish. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're not gonna yield. They have to hold on to power, even if it is at the expense of their own people. Kind of like trying to prove a point. The regime is not gonna yield. They haven't yielded in decades, and sacrificing their own people, which is a shame, which is unfortunate. But hey, I mean, yes, let's do what we can for them, and let's get informed more about what this current situation is, because this was expected. I was aware already of the situations that are created by the lack of resources, by the embargo that's been happening for so long. But this kind of like this outbreak that they're dealing with, I'm learning about this now thanks to you. uh, but it was somewhat to be expected, unfortunately. And uh, yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. Let's see what we can do to follow up on this and to keep kind of like informing ourselves as to what the situation is. And not much I can add right now because I have to kind of like do my reading, I guess.
Yeah, sure, Ramon. I will put you backstage. Thank you very much for joining. Like I said, yeah, I agree 100%. You know, there's not a lot we can do. It's such a impotent position to be in because you want to get there. But like I said, it's something that we at least we should spread this around and not let it die until we see that Cubans are free. Now I'm gonna let all aboard speak and then Melanated Night and then I'll finish with my the rest of my commentary. So all aboard, final thoughts on this.
I have a couple final thoughts. First of all, I just want to thank you again for coming on and doing an impromptu stream on your Sunday. because that does take a lot out of a person, and you're doing it just to spread the information and um to help people. You're not doing it for any sort of like financial gain or anything like that. On the contrary, you know. So I will second what Ramon was saying in that I'm gonna do more research, and I'm definitely gonna follow this story and and try to get more information, and I can, you know, definitely report back with you guys and let you know the information that I can find and how we can help. But the first thing we can do is we can donate. We can donate. I would say if you can donate to be able to get data to the people that are getting the information out, that I think that's like a very powerful thing. Um, and then also I would like to say that the propaganda, because I've always been kind of like pro Cuba and their resistance, but if it's at the expense of the people, then it's not worth it. So I would say that we as American citizens need to press our government because we need to end the embargo. There's no reason for them to still be under that sort of pressure, right? Because they're not going to stop. They're not going to bow down to the, you know, the pressures put on by the American government. And now we have the Democratic government. We need to pressure them to end the embargo because people are actually suffering over politics that happened before they were born in most cases, you know? So I
Yeah,
think that's something that we can do as Americans. Pressure our politicians.
definitely. Definitely. It's something, oh my God. It's something we can do from home is to pressure our politicians. And we have large numbers. Let's just get it done. Let's just get it done. I'm gonna put you backstage all aboard. I'm gonna let Melanated Night go and then I'll go. Melanated Night, are you there? I think the slow tips got him. Well, I'm gonna put him backstage as well. Well, guys, this has been me informing you guys about what's happening in Cuba. Like I said, my heart breaks at the sight of these images, you know, and my heart goes out to any Cuban that's watching me right now or that might catch me on the replay. We're with you guys. Like I said, we got you. We're here. We're going to help. We're going to reach out to you until, like I said, at least we see this and Cuba free. Those are our demands, because those are also you guys' demands. I'm gonna share once more how we can help to donate medicine or donate funds, and I'm going to repeat once again, guys. Do not put Cuba or Cubans in any memo. Just put medicine or palante to make sure that this does not get sent back. um I'm gonna keep reaching out to my friends. Like I said, if anybody's watching me and wanna give me more information tomorrow, I have a stream. I will speak on this again for everybody that missed it, or to, you know, any developments that happened today. We know for sure that the military forces right now has been called and they're starting to subdue people, but Cubans are not backing out from the fight. And we have to be ready to see either extremely painful to watch videos and pictures or actual freedom, you know, for the Cuban people. And when that happens, I know every Cuban out there has that champagne in the fridge waiting for this moment. And I hope it happens in our lifetime because we will keep pushing. If not, then will happen for our kids. Like I said, guys, this has been very difficult Latinsplaining news to share with you because this one hit very close to home. Between this one and the Jovenel Moise assassination, it hit very close. So I'm sorry if I was a little emotional. You guys know I'm from the Caribbean as well, and I've been surrounded by Cubans my whole life, and to see them go through this is extremely painful to me. Um, so, like I said, I'm out of words, guys, but make sure that you support the Cuban movement. Do not let the hashtag SOS Cuba die, please. Let's make a commitment to help in any way we can. Send your dollar, your $2, your $10, whatever you can, and also make sure others contribute to the cause. Let's get this done. And I will be tomorrow informing you guys of any developments that I become aware of. I'm gonna keep looking into this to see what other ways we can help. And well, that's it, guys. Make sure you tune in for our stream at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time on No Bullshit. We have a very interesting topic um, to talk about. I'm not going to talk about it now because I don't want to take any from this stream, any energy from it. But definitely you want to tune in, guys, and I'll see you guys over there. Thank you very much for sticking with me on this Sunday. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Let's keep our Cuban brothers and sisters in our hearts and in our minds at any given moment. Thank you, guys. This has been another breaking news for Latinsplaining with Denise Gonzalez. Have a nice day.